What is good, friends, and welcome back. I'm glad to have you here with me. We are live during this stream that we will know our matchmaking. All right. I kind of look like I'm last minute, and I am. You know, that Fubar, he reached to me a few seconds ago and he told me, Mag, are you doing your stream? Usually I'm ahead, but I got stuck in traffic. Therefore, I came late. I came home late. I had to do the cooking, take care of the homework, and all that daddy stuff that everybody is doing. So I think that we're good. I hope we are good. If not, we'll make it out regardless. So there you go. Hey Ben, what is good, my friend? First time I see you on my stream, so welcome. If it's not the first time, then welcome back. I hope that you had a great day today and a great week so far. I'm glad to have you guys with me. Oh, I noticed that the stream is delayed a little bit. So let's see the matchup. Okay, I kind of I had a good idea of what's happening. Now we know for sure, and this is the map, the city that will be playing in Rome. Oh Ben from G27. Hey, I'm glad to have you. A lot of G27 that I meet after the alliance disband. So this, friends, is the matchup. This is the opposition we will be playing against. We're gonna look in depth. We're gonna introduce some alliances as I see new names out there. So we're gonna go through all of the alliances. Some don't need introduction, and some do. So we're gonna check that out. Ibad Khan. Hello, friend. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna have Fubar joining us, the sheriff of the live stream. Sheriff will be in town soon. If you're there, Fubar, what's up? Okay, this is it. Now, for those who aren't aware, I'm gonna tell you right away. We will be playing. We are server 21. Okay. I hope that you are aware. We will be playing with GOT, FWZ, Avengers, and Ashtag 21. So it will be 5 against 3 unless something happened, something unexpected happened, and I'm unaware. But so far, this is the plan. So GOT will be playing with us. They will not be playing with Mass nor S14. We have a new alliance, maybe not new to me, new to me at least, maybe not new in the game. I don't recognize the name, so we're gonna look those guys. We're gonna check out those guys. And God, I've never played with them. I've seen them play one Conquest ago against S40 in Cairo. All right. It's an alliance mainly from Russia, the clan Gothic. I don't know them. I don't know anyone in Goth. I used to not know everyone in Goth, but a few players that were in HBR joined Goth. So we're gonna check them out as well. All right. So first of all, S21, we are at 96.3 billion power. Usually we walk at 90 billion power unbuffed. So a few players are buffed. We are complete this time. Last time we were missing 2 soldiers. They came back to us, so that's amazing. Clan Gothic, 72 billion power. We don't see their all-time power. Maybe we can access this information. They are missing 1 soldier, so somebody left the alliance before the lockdown. FWZ 84.9, almost 85 million power. Great job. They have a full alliance at 255 members. We have Avengers from server 30. They played with us last time. They are walking at 94.8 billion power, just a tad under us. Not sure what what is their unbuffed power. They have a full alliance. It's full house alliance as well. S14. So S14, we are back playing against them. They are walking at 100 billion power. Quite impressive. And a little birdie told me that they are at 92 billion power unbuffed. So I saw those numbers not too long ago. So 14 is normally at 92 billion power. We are at 90 billion power. So there are only 2 billion power difference between us and 14 unbuffed. Okay. So their average, they may have less will than us, but the average player is more powerful than our average player. Okay. Whatever that means. It doesn't mean much, but just to show you, expose you, show you the difference. Right? Then we have RZ, Rosbricani. Okay? Their leader is a tyrant. Oh, 40 billion power. 139 players out of 255. Ooh, that's almost half the alliance not present. They are literally half the size of FWZ. So we're going to look into them. We have Ashtag 21. Ashtag 21 is our sister alliance. They don't have a full alliance. Their number is at their power is at 52.8 billion power. And we have mass. Once again, they don't need any introduction. You know them. They are our rival. They weigh at 98.7 billion power. Their all-time power unbuff is on par with 14, meaning that they walk around 92. Like I said earlier, we walk around 90. So 14 and mass, both of them have 2 billion power above us. So in theory, they are a little bit more powerful. So we'll see how it goes on the battlefield. Mass, they lost. If I recall, they lost 2 players. They came to us. 14, they lost 3 players. They went to join Avengers. So I don't know. Hey, welcome, Fubar. So I don't know if they obviously they replaced those players as both of those alliances are full. Who they replace those players with, maybe we can find out. All right. And Fad, you are absolutely correct. Well, last time in Moscow, we played against pretty much the same lineup, but instead of RZ, it was not Knights of 7, but Server 7, Golden Spartan from Server 7. Cool bunch of guys. We even gave them a few, we let them do a touch reward on some asset, not us, but Avenger, because they were really cool. They were great guys, but power-wise, they were not there. And in the end, they were still happy about the Conquest. Of course, those touch reward helped them to make that Conquest less distressful, if I can say. But they swore to never come back to Legendary 1, or at least against us. So now RZ kind of took their spot, and I don't know how they're gonna feel about this. It is what it is. Hopefully those things will happen less and less. As you guys are aware, for the Legendary 1 battlefield, there is only one rotation. If you remember, I talked a lot about this a few months ago. We had 2 rotation before Paramount Cup, and what happened is, well, in theory, 2 rotation works until one of the alliances decide to switch rotation and kind of upset the balance. And it makes the Conquest for all the weaker alliance quite miserable. And to try to make this Conquest interesting for everyone, not having enough strong alliances to even make one rotation, why having two? Didn't make any sense. So what they did is they removed one rotation. So if anybody wants to be in the Paramount Cup in Legendary, sorry, I can't speak, this is the only one rotation unless something incredible happen, which I don't think it will. Now, you are absolutely correct, Ibad Khan. You are absolutely correct. You're right on the money with that. And I hope they will have more incentive, more promotion to make Legendary great again. I don't know how much, since how long you've been playing this game, friends. I've been playing this Conquest since the very beginning. When I started playing Warpath, there was no Conquest. The level 4s were not even designed, okay? And the level 4 we had back in the days, and you can ask Fubar about that, he lived the same experience as I did, it was kind of brutal. A lot of adjustments were made to, and the goal for Lilith is to make this Conquest fun for everyone. Sometimes it doesn't work. Most of the time the intention is there, the intention is good, however the execution is not always doesn't always give the result expected. Okay, what I'm trying to say here while I talk, so they introduced a safe zone because back in the days there were no safe zone, and then the next cities that they were being released, Lilith is trying to limit or kind of milk the farming or milk the good time, so all the alliance can enjoy their conquest, even if they don't stand a chance fighting. For those who wants to fight, it's kind of boring. For those who wants to farm, it's a little better. But the conquest is not about farming; it's about fighting. So Lilith needs to find a recipe to promote the fighting so everyone can enjoy it. That's why came the surprise attack. So the surprise attack, I don't know if you guys watch the video about the update 9.1, but the surprise attack that will be introduced in San Francisco, and hopefully they will introduce it in other conquests. The goal is to try to turn the tide. When the alliance getting dominated, they have a chance to catch up, or at least try to reap some rewards or impede the capture of the opposition. Okay? Everyone in comparison was Bubba to my base, and I dropped the soap. Kinda, yeah. Alright. But it is what it is. This is the conquest. We have to play with what we have. It sucks for RZ. And I'm surprised that Server 6 still have a legendary one alliance. Server 6, I remember them maybe 10 conquests ago. Do you remember Evo or Revo? In Server 6, it was a dominant alliance back in the days. Back in the days when 14 was getting stronger and was winning conquest after conquest. I know 14 they played against Revo back then, and then things start to fall apart for Server 6. This is where we are right now. So without any further ado, let's look at Mass first, shall we? So Mass is led by General Nan. Like I said, they are currently at 98.8 billion power. Of course, this is buff. Never betray, never give up, whatever. No new change here. Same guys as before, I think. A lot of powerful soldiers, a lot of powerful players. Like nobody, he was the... he took first place for the fighting machine last time. And B-52, Big Sarge. Two good players, two knowledgeable players. So far, I don't see any major change. Same old people playing for mass. If you guys see something unusual, you stop me. And you say, Mag, hold on. Go back. Oh, King Kong level 1. King Kong wasn't super active last time. Okay. King Kong and Hope. Two strong players that were not super active. I think something happened to Hope. Hopefully nothing bad. As for King Kong, I don't know. Mr. P. Mr. P, if the name tells you something, he used to be in 24 and he got recruited by Mass. He's a strong guy. So Mr. P, 670 million. I'm sure he's buffed. No, he's not. All right, good for him. Tigrul is new. No. Tigrul is been in. Maybe he was in server 29, but he was with us, and he was also in Mass during the Paramount Cup. So he's not new. Maybe he's new to you. So roses are rosy. Who is that player? It's probably a. I don't know. And the chat is bugged. So I see two new names. Maybe somebody rename himself. Only God knows. Only God knows. So this is Mass. And if you see the average player, they're quite powerful. I mean, Mass is no joke. I'm still scrolling down and I see like 300 million players. Lots of them. Nobody R0. Oh, this guy. I don't know. Who is this guy? Oh, yeah, I remember this guy. Okay. Yeah, he is new to you. So this is Mass. Clan Gothic. This will be a surprise for me. Never played with these guys. I know they can play. That's for sure. How good are they? We'll find out. So he used Bickup. He was in HBR. He switched. He joined Goth. As well as another player we're going to talk about very soon. R Bear, S Bear, who are they? W Bear, no idea. Diamond Dragon is the second player that was in HBR that joined GOT. Okay. Is he Russian? I don't think so. English maybe? A few names that I recognize, like this guy, definitely Russian or maybe Ukraine. I don't know. I don't want to insult anyone here. No, there's no politic in my channel. I'm just thinking out loud. So there you go. So this is GOT. Most of them I do not know. Never played with them. Never played against them. Maybe the name sounds familiar, but in this game, many players have a similar name. FWZ. A lot of players from G27 and HBR and 24 join FWZ. It's in an alliance mostly Asian, I would believe. Like Pepe, Professor K, Madlax, they are for sure Asian. This guy, also from G27, probably Asian. Adele. Okay, I didn't know Adele joined FWZ. Iron Stormy was in G27, I believe. Christo, a French dude, super cool guy. Chino from G27. Maybe I'm forgetting people, and if I do, my apology. I don't mean it. Blitz is from HBR. This guy as well. Mauvaise Langue, a French guy from G27. So some good old friends that we meet again. That is cool about this game, guys. So you play your first Conquest, you meet new players, and then you play a second one, a third one, and you kind of it's a second and third meeting of some old players, some new players. So you make friendship, you develop friendship, you encounter new faces, new people. This is FWZ. Yeah, I recognize a lot of HBR players, actually. A lot of them. And some G27 and some 24. It's a mixed bag. All right. Of course, there are some names I've never seen before. There are a lot of players in this game. I'm telling you. I may sound like I know a lot of them, but trust me, I don't. So Avengers now. Avengers will be playing with us. So it will most likely be 21, hashtag 21, Avengers, FWZ, and Clan Gotham. So Avengers, they won the last Conquest. They won the Paramount Cup. They need no introduction, but we will scroll through those players just in case I recognize new faces. So far, I don't. So there's many cold bar. There's one there. There's a few imitation. Snake. Okay, so NKY. If you don't know the name, this was Napo old account that he sold. So Napo was the leader of G27. He stopped playing basically during that Conquest, the Paramount Cup, and he decided to sell his account to somebody that was interested to buy a magnificent, a great account. I mean, Napo had some solid troop. So this guy, he bought the account for a non-disclosed amount of money, and I don't know who the guy is. I know for sure that he doesn't play like Napo, so it's definitely another guy. So 804 million power. That is, it is buff. Yeah, it is slightly. Yeah, it is buff because he's walking at 684 million power. Does he have a city post? I would be. Yes, he's the Seattle Supreme Commander. So he got a good post. He better deliver if he wants to keep his post. Now, top, if the name sounds familiar, you've seen maybe this guy in Ranger. He was in 24, and originally he was in G27. His name was Amorn Express, or Amorn, and he was a ruthless player, a great player. He knew the game. He was one of the most feared player of the whole freaking game. I shit you not. This guy, once he was done playing for the team, he went on a rampage, soloing bases all night long. He would never stop until somebody was, or a lot of people were able to ambush him and stop him. He was soloing bases. He didn't care. He would just roll his unit in claim land. He didn't give a crap. He was unstoppable. I have no money. Does the name sounds familiar? So this player used to be named Starcrest II. This is Scan old account, Scan from top, rebranded to 22. Scan used to be one of the most powerful player of this game. He used to play always with Starcrest, and now that account was supposed to being sold to I have no money a few months ago, but I believe that the deal fell through, and now the account has been adjusted or fixed, and this account just got sold. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Is he gonna stay in Avengers or not? I have no idea. Okay, but this account has been sold. It used to be Starcrest, so I see some old school new players. Fema from G27, Gleb from 24, Mike C3 from 24, this guy, and who else? A bunch of other players that I have no idea. So this guy, he was, if you recognize the name, he was in 14 and he quit. He left 14. So Dragon, Spartacus, and somebody else. Somebody else. They left 14. They said goodbye and we're gonna join Avengers. So why not? This guy, I believe, was also in 14. So I kind of see a pattern here. So all those guys from Turkey maybe. But that T symbol, they all join Avengers. That is curious. That is strange. So they all quit together, I guess. It happened. Some people they want to stick around with their friends. So if one move, a lot of them move. It's a common thing, believe me. So no more new names so far. And that's it. So if I forgot something, then if I forgot somebody, then I forgot somebody. Then 14. 100 billion power. Quite impressive, eh? I wish I could click on this, but usually they walk at 92 billion power. So we have Dr. X and all those R4s that are still R4s. So I believe that 14 is the alliance that lost the most players to Avengers. A few of them quit. Were they able to replace them? I guess. And if you friends are interested to buy an account, a good account, this account was for sale. Is it still for sale? I don't know. It was for sale back in the day. Is it sold already? Not sure. But this account is 437 million power, on par with my account. He probably have good troops. He's a well-known player. I think he comes from server 2 originally. And Barcelona Supreme Commander, so you got an okay post. So this account is for sale. So if you guys are looking for a good account, this is the one. I don't guarantee anything. Like I said, made a video about selling and buying account. You buy at your own risk. And I believe this account is also for sale. Fat Cat Noob. Yep. So a bunch of players left, and a bunch of players are selling their account in 14. I don't know. Sandman is new. Sandman is from which alliance? Zachary? G. Yep, I don't recognize new faces so far. And Ghost. You guys know Ghost. He's still in 14. What power is he, our friend Ghost? 398 billion power. All right. Tang. I'm surprised he's still playing. If he's the same person I'm thinking. Somebody told me that he quit a while ago. Order of Chaos. I don't recognize this name maybe. Also this guy. I do not recognize him. So that's it for 14. A few players from server 7 and 14. And then we have RZ, the alliance I was looking for. Brand new alliance to me. Not the most powerful. So server team, God of War, Recruitment Tyrant. Professor, rules and requirement, unit 9.2, airplane 9.1, quality not quantity. That's accurate. Control yourself because you will be called a fool. Or fool. Take criticism. Yeah, I agree with that. Bhutan. Really? Is this the same Bhutan? No, it cannot be. So there's a Bhutan in server 8, a good friend. So yeah, it's the same guy. It's the same guy. So Bhutan is in server 6 now. Okay. So we meet old friends. Yeah, 275, 375 I can't count. I can't read. So that's the same guy. He used to be so Butan from server 8, a good friend. Shooter McGavin, a guy from server 1. Who else do I recognize? That is a surprise. Like I said, that's the amazing thing about this game is you meet new people and then you lose sight, and whatever for the reason they come back and you meet again. Maybe I said this not the right way, but you understand. This guy, yeah. So I recognize this guy. He was in server 6, I believe. He went to server 8. He left for Avengers, server 30, and now he's back in server 6. Is that possible? Consalo, names is familiar. Maybe he was in G27, I think. This guy from server 1. This guy also from server 1. Fanfreluche also from server 1. Grim, maybe I know this guy from server 8. I think it's the same guy. Slack Panda, server 1. This guy, Colonel Paddy Wayne, server 1, once again. Shaky, server 1. A lot of people from server 1, or I guess server 8, because it happened that server 8 and server 1, they had a coalition. They were playing a lot of Conquest together, and they said, yeah, so let's stick around for all the new Conquests, all the upcoming Conquests. That's what they did. So I guess some of them decide to join server 6, and the gang followed. So I assume it's the case. Governor, the name sounds familiar. Wingding, definitely server 8. This one, this guy, yeah, a bunch of guys from server 8 and server 1 all together. How curious is that? And hashtag 21, so our friends, our sister alliance. It's a smaller alliance, 52 billion power. So I'll go real quick with these guys. Okay. Une idée pour faire différent la réputation d'une façon différente. Comme, peux-tu élaborer? Je nomme. Tell them we're all Mag, tell them all that we're coming from them. We are coming from you, no matter what. Light or heavy, we're coming from you. So there will be a big meetup, because in server 21 we have a lot of players from server 1. So does server 6. So I'm curious how it's gonna happen, or are these still friends or not? So that's it, friends. This is the matchup for our Conquest in Rome. I've never played Rome. I know some of you were lucky enough to play this city. It's a mixed feeling. Some of them told me that it's great, new addition, new features like the airplane area only, airplane dogfighting only, and bombers, I guess. So this is the new stuff. I heard that the pathfinding is challenging, a bit like Cairo, where in Cairo, once you're in the city, there is so many paths. It's not a it's kind of a maze. And people told me that, and some players told me that Cairo is a little bit like Rome, pathfinding wise, meaning that it's kind of maze. It's difficult to navigate or to find your way. There's a lot of choke points. Choke points are fine as long as there's not too many of them. They're great for ambushes or to defend a zone, a specific zone. This is great, but when it's choke point after choke point and then everybody gets bunched up and it's a gridlock, it's getting ridiculous. Same thing with bridges. So now that we can destroy collection trucks, bridges is less of a problem, but the less bridges there are, the better it is. I know some alliances, they 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 are hoping for bridges because they work in their favor. It's very hard to invade a patch of land when there is a bridge and half of the alliance is defending the bridge. I mean, if it's the only way to access this zone, it could be challenging. I'm not gonna lie, it could be challenging and frustrating. Rome is odd. It's hard to explain. Lol. Parts are good and parts are bad. So which parts are good and which are bad and that you dislike the most? Yep, Zachary. So okay. So here's the deal. A little backstory on the whole situation. I'm gonna backtrack to the Paramount Cup. So the Paramount Cup, you guys saw it was 14 mass, Avengers, and 22, formerly known as Top, against G27, 21, HBR, and 24. So Avengers, they got saved to make the top 8 by mass, and then during the Paramount Cup, Avengers, they won the cup. They got first place. Then went the Conquest after the Paramount Cup, which the last one in Moscow. But in Moscow, Avengers, they decided, they told mass before the Conquest began, they told them, this time we're not gonna play with you, we're gonna play with 21. And mass, they didn't like that. They took offense and they start slandering Avengers, calling them traitors because they didn't want to play with them anymore. And yeah, that's what happened. So I think that Avengers was always open-minded to have mass under their wing or in the same coalition as them in the future conquest, but mass said no, we do not want, not interested, and curse word, curse word, curse word, then the friendship is over. So it was a 5 against 3. Now it's going to be also a 5 against 3 because mass and 14, they don't have solid allies yet. I say yet because currently in Rome we have S40 and S37 that is also called mass. It used to be Social. They rebranded in mass. Mass sent some players there in this alliance and they will develop the alliance because mass, like 14 and like 21, they are a glorious alliance, meaning that they cannot recruit as much as they want. They are limited to 1 player per month. So if you lose 3 players per month and you can only recruit 1, you're kind of a position that is not interesting. So you need to be creative. And now they're at this juncture where they have to make a decision. Will we send more players to 37? What we're going to do, because they need 2 solid alliance, and hopefully we can have a 4 against 4 for the upcoming conquest. So we're going to see how it goes. 40 and 37, they need to hire some good soldiers because their power right now. So let's take a look. Let's take a look about the power. But before that, just to give you an idea, we are at 21 at 90 billion, 14 at 92, mass at 92, Avengers at, I would guess, 90. FWZ unbuff maybe 80. So we have 80 to 92 billion power. Okay, quite some strong alliance. It's legendary one. It's stacked. And let's see what power have 40 and 37. So they're still in Rome. We're gonna take a look at the battlefield right there. So S40, they are at 67 billion power, full alliance. And mass server 37, they have 60 billion power. Curiously, S40, even if they no, yeah, 67 and mass 60. S40 definitely stronger than S37. And if you look at S40, they have currently Mao at 671 million, Tandat 493. That's pretty much it. So, and this guy, NFA clone. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have 6 players above 400 million power. Okay. Oh, 8 players. I stand corrected. So they have 8 players above 400. And what does mass have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About the same, but keep in mind that maybe some are untrained, they got burned out, whatever. So they have about 8 and 8 players, give or take, above 40 million power. Okay, it will be difficult to be competitive with an alliance. They have 12 billion power above them, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we have probably, give or take, 20 players above 400 million power. Okay, so just I said a lot of words just to explain that mass and 14, I don't know what's their expectation toward S40 and S37. It's going to be a challenge. Okay, it's going to be a challenge to have them on their side and to be competitive. I'm not down talking 37 and 40. They are new alliance. They're still growing. They have a lot of potential, but Legendary 1 is no joke. It's not for everyone. So I had a lot of requests of lower power players asking to join 21. First of all, we cannot accept everyone. We are in glorious server, meaning that we can only accept 1 per month. But let's say that you're really motivated and you want to join 21, and your power is under 300 million power. I'm gonna tell you, between you and me, you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like your experience. It's gonna suck for you. You're gonna struggle making kills. Your base will be always burn out. You'll be struggling achieving the bare minimum in terms of requirements. So you may end up getting kicked unless you have crazy activity. I know players, almost half of my power, do very well in Conquest, but they are insanely active. I mean, either they are lucky, they are at the right moment, at the right spot to make an insane amount of kill in a very short amount of time. Otherwise, they are struggling, and it's not fun. So there, I don't think S40 wants to take a risk. Well, they have no. I don't think they have a choice. Pablo, Lawan, but I understand. For them, it's a big deal. It's a big. It's a big bet, right? The stakes are high, but at their current power, I don't want to say something silly, but at their power, let's face it, the number says a lot. The numbers don't tell everything, but it say quite a lot. And it will be difficult. There's no other way to say that. It will be difficult. Having them with mass and 14, that will make the conquest more interesting, definitely. Will it be enough to secure a top spot in the final? Everything is possible, but like I said, it's not going to be easy. Yep, S40, S37. They said that they would skip to support mass and 14.
My father fought as a young man
they definitely have good intention. They are team players, and that will surrender 2 spots for a maybe a more equalized or more balanced battlefield for gold, I guess. Why is what is Spader to explain how his he got so strong he got his parts from the yep. Yes. I made a stream a few months ago, maybe 2 months ago, and I did the whole event. I played the munition mechanician until level 50, and this is the fastest way to obtain your highly desirable part. However, when it's fast, it's not cheap. If you want to achieve something in a timely fashion, there's a cost to do that. And the cost is money. Okay? In this game, money can buy you everything. Power, kills, you name it. Just in case you didn't realize it yet. Okay? Sorry to bust your expectation, but it's the reality. Today is coupon day, friends. So, hey, if you have any question regarding this battleground, I'm gonna reset my. I'm gonna restart my game if you don't mind. So, Fubar, maybe you want to comment about your conquest. A lot of content creator made some content about their best officer, their top pick officer, and I want to do mine as well. I want to make it different. I want to choose the worst officers, the worst of the worst, the instant regret, because I've been through this. Okay, it's not because it looks like I know what I'm talking about that I didn't make a mistake. We learn from our mistake, and I did that mistake on a few occasions where I awaken an officer and instantly I realized my mistake. Back in the days, we didn't have all those content creator making tutorial how to explaining which officer is best. We had to test. We had to try it out and realize if it was a good or bad move. And yes, I did some mistakes. So I want to make a video about those officers you do not want to awaken, because let's face it, you need 720 statues to awaken, to fully awaken an officer, and those statues, they take time to acquire, they take time to collect. And I understand that before pulling the trigger, you want to make sure that this officer will deliver. Now, there's plenty of material, plenty of content to help you make the right choice. But for those people who still only focus on the best officer and they want to be different, they may try another officer. Well, I'm going to tell you which officer, which heroes you do not want to awaken, all right? So... Neo made a comment about 14.
As I said,
so if we look at the strategy here, so in Cairo, Zachary, I didn't try the main battle tank. I didn't have the opportunity to compare old before new. I saw the numbers on paper, but I didn't try it out, so it's hard for me to comment on that. And all the videos I saw, they did not convince me. I wanted to see a before and after, And I know you're telling me, well, Mag, why didn't you do that? I forgot. Mind you, after the conquest, during that conquest, I was able to pump a lot of content because it was the holidays. I had plenty of free time. Now I'm back to work, and yeah, I'm not a full-time content creator, so I cannot pump content on a daily basis when I'm actually working. So there you go. I didn't try the hey, what's up? I didn't try the new MBT to compare it with the old one, but I heard it's good, so we'll see. Evening, my question: Am I good enough for Legendary 1 if I can take between 80,000 to 90,000 kills and rally fast army groups 5 to 7 hours per day and follow tags? Well, following tag, it's the base, right? I know you're not toxic, you're a cool guy, you don't need to introduce yourself. I know you very well, and I believe you. Well,
Oh, you told me this would be rock and roll.
if you can play 5 to 7 hours per day, that's good for you. I guess you're not married. You don't have kids, which, congratulations. I always tell my friends, don't get kids, don't have kids. And they do have kids, and it's a joke. I love kids. Well, I told you so. Like I said before, you asked me kind of the same question, and the answer is exactly the same. And maybe you were not there when I talked about it earlier in my stream. So, regardless of your power, you need activity, because everybody in Legendary, or at least in 21, is super active. So you need to be active as well. And the more powerful you are, the easier it will be to reach the bare minimum. But in 21, we don't aim at the bare minimum. If you want to reap the elite reward, it's up to you to receive it. I got the elite reward last time, even though I ranked quite low in the fighting machine. However, I've been doing rallies after rallies after. I made a difference. I believe I made a difference in the alliance. And there's some players that try to solo stuff to play their own game. But at this level, it's very hard to achieve to make a lot of kills if you are not a mega whale. So, and they were not super active. They were active, but not as much as the top players. So in your case, you do have the activity. That's awesome, but you may not have the power. So would you be able to pull it off in Legendary? I think so. You can try it. The worst thing is you can always migrate and change alliance if you don't like it. You cannot regret something you didn't do. Okay? So the best way is to try it out. I told you I'm not against that. You can join any alliance in Legendary 1. Try it out. If it's for you, it's amazing. If it's not for you, then you change. That's it. That's it. And the thing is, I know you love to play with the helicopter. And if you realize, or you will realize, that the battlefield is changing a little bit. So now there are more light things. And I know you run mainly helicopters, all helicopters, which is fine, but you're kind of one-dimension fighter, like a one-trick pony that is amazing at that trick, but for doing something else, not so much. So your base, so in your case, you may not have a strong base, so you have to base far from the action and roll in the battlefield, because your base, if you have only helicopters, any base with a strong infantry can burn your base just like that, because helicopter, they inflict no damage to infantry. So you need to be aware of that. Be mindful of this. And you don't have any artillery, so your base defense is lacking a little bit. So, but you can still pull it off. I know players in 21, they are field fighters, so they base far from the action, and they just make sure that the reinforcement make it all the way to the battlefield. All right. Yeah, you need a light tank, that is for sure. An MBT, probably it's gaining in it will gain in popularity with the update. Martyr's Bomber, it's great. It's very popular. A lot of players are using between the Vanguard and Martyr. They use the Martyr's Bomber. It's very effective against armor, not so much against artillery. Heli, artillery. I mean, heli, it's always a popular choice. But like I told Lover, you need to be careful as now there's more light tanks. And light tanks, they like helicopters. It's their favorite meal. Yeah, infantry is good to go. The thing is with infantry, it's good to go if you have the tech. So look at me. Look at me. I don't have the tech for infantry. Okay? Look. Modern, not even modern. Look at the advanced combat. Tank is done, artillery is done, plane is done, but infantry, there's nothing. I have zero. So for me, I'm not gonna even consider infantry. I'd rather focus on modern war. And if I want a solid tanking unit, I may as well go with the super heavy. I do have the tech. You see, this is all I have to complete to finish the modern tech. So why bother about the infantry? But if you've started infantry a while ago, if you yes, self promo, you always have to self promo. And next time I'm gonna ask you a kickback for that. So what about was I was about to say, if you started infantry tech already, might as well go for it, because the infantry is kind of the it's the kryptonite of everything else. So infantry right now, there's no through unit that can counter it. Even the rocket truck, it's not there yet. And believe me, Lilith will adjust that rocket truck. It's a matter of time. But right now, they're waiting. They're milking it. We want to make sure that a lot of players start committing to infantry, and then they will release an update, and boom, the infantry will be easily destroyed by the rocket truck. That's how it goes. No, Fubar, just say the truth. You want to advertise free of charge. So there you go, friends. And Diablo, what do you think of the matchup? Any surprise there? Well, I cannot answer that, but I can tell you that Diablo told me that Everbloom and Angel of Light is the best pairing. If you want to confirm this, Diablo, you use infantry. You know what you're talking about. I do not. I'm just I'm just vomiting what you told me. Okay. I don't want. I look silly enough as it is. I don't want to make myself even more ridiculous by saying something that I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't play with the infantry. I'm saying is, somebody told me that Lonesome Star, he was not good. He may be good on paper, but he's not that good. And maybe he was talking about tanking bases. Yep. So Diablo, if you can expand on this easily. Oh, so Everbloom and Angel is the best tanking infantry setup for tanking. Field would be Lonesome Star and Everbloom. Okay, there you go. You have your answer from the man right there, Diablo. There you go. But between you and me, is infantry really relevant in field fighting? I mean, the way they inflict damage, it's really progressive. It's not progressive, but it starts very slow and it's steady, and it's not like by steps. It's really steady. So I have a feeling that they're more durable than inflict damage. So I'm kind of disappointed about infantry on that matter. On the field fighting wise, it's kind of disappointing. But for tanking base, that is the best thing. Am I wrong? You tell me. I'm not playing with infantry. I'm just telling you what I see on the battlefield. And you guys probably see the same thing as I do. Yeah, infantry walking, it's easier to kill. In bunker mode, it's more difficult. So before every conquest, I try to gather as much resources as possible. Or the steel, crude oil, of course, military fund, especially military fund because you need them as well to train your troops. My goal is to have 10,000 of 50,000 each. Oh, Alexa, I wanted to talk about that in my video of yesterday because it's true. If you look at the press on next and it keeps saying you've completed all campaign levels, more levels are coming soon. This message didn't change since 3 years ago. Coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. They keep saying that, but I don't think they are motivated to release more camping. It's more durable, Diablo. But how? More durable than super heavy? Huh. Because the thing with the ATG, since it's not in combat, and depending of the officer you have, when it's not in combat, like let's say that the super heavy with Steel Fighter and Torn Countess, while it's in combat, when it's engaging the base, the shield get activated. So you get that shield. In the ATG, it's not in combat, it's just eating the aggro. So if there's any officers that only works when the unit is in combat, then you don't benefit from those specific skill. So it's the only thing that I can see. But otherwise, the ATG in AA mode, it's twice as durable, if not 3 times more. Yeah. Yeah, so no surprise here, Cody. If it was in the plan, they would have told us already. It's kind of a shame because even if those missions are repetitive, they give good rewards, right? And it gives something. It gives you a reason to upgrade your army, your units, because at one point you can no longer complete the mission. Your units are not strong enough, so you need to upgrade, and that was kind of one of the motivation, one of the reason to upgrade your army. Then we need more of this type of content to make Warpath more enjoyable, I believe. I still like the game, but it's getting repetitive. Operation Hegemon was a good news. Sadly, it doesn't last long enough, or it doesn't revolve enough. It's only once per month, I believe. That's not good enough. I want more Operation Hegemon. Yeah, sniper missions are horrible. So the thing is, everybody wants more campaign, but Lilith doesn't deliver. Nobody asked for those missions, for those sniper missions, yet we get them. So somebody somewhere in Lilith want to plug his game, to plug his sniper game into Warpath, and they had to do them a favor. Otherwise, I don't see the reason why we have this mini game. I mean, I played 2 missions and I said, nope, it's not for me. And I regret not being able to delete this building. You see this building?
Say it.
So I cannot get rid of it. See? Shoo. Yalla. I can't. It's back there. See? Cannot get rid of it. Alright. So L-Tank versus MBT, helicopter versus helicopter. And the funny thing about Warpath, when you look in the Play Store or the App Store, there's a lot of game footage that doesn't have anything to do with Warpath. I mean, unless I'm missing something, there's some stuff that I've never seen before. So, I don't know. Aren't they afraid to get sued or something? Arena, it's okay. I mean, I only do it for the rewards. Let's face it. I don't enjoy it besides reaping some rewards. Otherwise, you're not really in control. Now I'm gonna lose. There you go. So you're not really in control of your units. It's more of there's more strategy to it than anything else. Oh, no, I'm gonna lose. Okay. One. So Danny, do you get any buff or any benefit from those little buildings? What little buildings? What buildings are you talking about? The resources building? So those buildings right there, those ones? Danny, those buildings, if you're talking about those buildings, no, you don't get any buffs. Those are mainly for resources. They auto collect, they don't auto collect, but they produce resources. Not enough to make a difference, but it's better than nothing. If you click in info, it's right there. So yeah, they give you power, but they don't make your base more durable. No? For which buildings? Come on, Danny. Help us out. Can I afford this? Yeah, I can. There you go. To which buildings? Say it. Danny, we need you. We need you. Which buildings? I'm not gonna stop the stream until you tell us which building. Oh, no, no. They don't give you any buff, anything. They're just there to annoy you. They are just there to take some real estate inside your base and access to those events. So the sniper mission, if you didn't install that building yet, you can still go to heaven The arena, well, the arena, there's an interest because you get some, you can collect some rewards that you shouldn't miss out. But no, the sniper building is straight to trash. If you didn't install it, you're not missing anything then. Same thing for Billboard or the Paramount Cup statue. What a waste.
Give your lives for the great empire. Fire, soldier.
Bonne nuit, Anna. Oh, you did? So you had definitely more patience than me. I did, like I said, I did 2 missions, and Warpath for me is the game that we know and not that those missions. But if you like them, that's good for you. It's a matter of taste, after all.
Commander,
Right?
our garrison will surrender.
I'm in server 73 and we are looking good for the future. Can you expand on this dynamite? What makes you what makes it that you're looking good? So what is the average power of your player in server 73 and what power are you? Thorn and Lady Justice, it's a good combo. Yeah, it's a good balance. I mean, Thorn is highly a protection officer. She got some solid buff. She got a good shield, a alliance, not alliance skill, but officer skill reduction. And Lady Justice, if we're talking about the same officer, the same hero, well, she's mainly offensive. She got the critical strike. She got a buff to fight inside her claim land. She got a speed buff. She's well-rounded and she's quite strong. And she got the slowdown skill. So ideal when you're chasing a unit. And when the slowdown kicks in, then you have a chance to finish off the unit before it runs away. So yeah, Lady Justice, a well-rounded officer, a Gen 3 officer, so definitely an upgrade over the Legacy one. And not my preferred officer, but she's definitely a good choice. If you watch Scope's video about his top pick officers, this is a very good guideline. He's mentioning all the most powerful officers that are not bistro, meaning that they're not those exclusive lounge officer, the officers that everybody can obtain because not everyone is made of money. Okay, even though I have some few bar officers, I understand that most of you guys don't have the tokens to obtain them, and that's fine. Those recent officer like Rapier, he's the next best thing after those bar officer. I've conducted some tests. Rapier and Thorn for the light tank, for example, is doing just as good as Professor Payne and Lord of Order. So this is no joke. So Professor Payne and Lord of Order, those two officers together, if you want to awake them, you're looking about 3,200 USD. Okay? Rapier and Thorn, zero. Nada. So do you want to have Rapier and Thorn and still go into vacation? Or spend your vacation playing Warpath with Professor Payne and Lord of Order? You pick. I'm not gonna judge you. If this is what you want, then go ahead. It's your money. Oh, modern units soon. All right. So that must be exciting, eh? All those OG players, we played so long with the legacy unit. We never expected to have modern units, just to get things into perspective. So friends, here's the thing. In my units, if you look in the Air Force, I'm really excited. I'm trying to play it cool, but I'm truly excited. You know, you're well aware that upgrading Air Force is a long process. So right now, my Étendard 4, my bomber, which is a 9 stars unit. If you look at prototypes, I'm 4 refined components away to reach the 9.1. So I have 3 out of 7. Keep in mind that I can still purchase one in the VIP store, which I will. Not now, I'm gonna wait until I'm in the Conquest. So look here, I can purchase this one, and I will be only 3 refined components away to reach 9.1 bomber, which is very exciting. Why is that? That my bomber right now, it's very fragile. It's as soon as it encounters a fighter, it blows up, it crash. I mean, it disappears. Poof. And now I will stand a better chance against those fighters having a 9.1 unit. So this will be achieved during that conquest. I will be able to buy that component. I will be only missing 3. And those 3 components, I can either get them by doing missions or in the campaign, not the campaign, but in the Conquest store. The Conquest store got upgraded. Now you can buy 10 Air Force component and 10 ground components. I already took those from the covered battle pass, which is, by the way, friends, a great value. If you are a moderate spender or really want to respect a budget, that is fine. Look to purchase this membership. It's a membership type of purchase. The covered battle pass, this is all the goodies you collect every time you complete a mission. You have a picture frame. You do have a picky blueprint, 3 of those. Drink tokens, a lot of resources, wrenches, lots of them. Unit pieces, statues, VIP points, more wrenches, more bullets or cartridges, books, all that good stuff. A emoticon if you want to be cool, some discount battle pass for the next event, and finally those refined components. So either 13 Air Force component or 26 ground components. And every time you reach a new level after the final level, you collect a smaller reward. So all in all, a good value. I think it's around 20 USD. It's a steal, friends. Just for the blueprints alone, it's a bargain. So I'm not working for Lilith. I'm not sponsored by them. They don't pay me to say that. It's based on my experience. You can easily budget this. And for those casual spenders, this is amazing.
As I said, shells don't have eyes.
It is truly a good value. How do you guys like 9.01, especially the officer mission optimization? How cool is that to do all your missions in 4 clicks? In 4 clicks, you collect everything and you complete and you assign your officers to their missions without having to think. That was truly the highlight of 9.01. 9.1, sorry. Alright, I'm gonna finish my dailies. Then if I have something to talk about, we will talk about it. And friends, I want to talk about two things while I have your attention. First, order. I will try to do more streaming. So producing video, producing content, it's a struggle right now during my regular schedule at work. Not always easy. And when I do, I try to do it fast and I make mistakes. So keep that in mind. Instead, for me, streaming is much easier. So we will enter a Conquest tomorrow. I'll try to stream as much as I can. As soon as I can play, I'll try to stream it so I have some content to show. If you like that, of course. The second thing, do you guys had the same problem as I experienced with YouTube? Did you notice any YouTube problems? While watching YouTube getting slow, buffering forever, crashing, having all that bad experience while watching YouTube on your computer, either at work or at home, doesn't matter. I did, and I found out that I had the ad block causing that issue. So there's a few videos on that topic. I'm talking about this. It's not new, but I'm talking about it because I lived the experience, and maybe you do, and you're still trying to figure out why it's causing that. It's simple. So I run an ad block because I don't like advertising, and even though I use YouTube Premiums because I don't want to watch ad, I want to watch content. Even if I had YouTube Premium, the ad block was causing issues. So I had to remove, or I had to disable the extension, and I was still experiencing issues. So I had to uninstall ad block, and everything now is running fine. So if you're not crazy, if you're experiencing the same problems, it's your ad block. I'm gonna level some officers right there.
If you can't handle my training, you can't handle combat.
Mama. Sorry. Produce some material. Is the MBT not worth having anymore? I hear a lot of players are just getting helis. That is right, Dynamite. So you're asking this question because you don't have the modern units yet. The helicopter, it reached its top, I think, in my opinion. It's up there in the meta. It's not gaining any more popularity. If you look in the recent video footage, it's mainly helicopters. So everybody is running helicopters now, and the best unit to counter the helicopter is the light tank. Now a lot more players found out that the light tank is effective against the helicopter, and we're getting more light tanks on the battlefield. So which unit counter the light tank? The MBT. Thank you. So Torn his mummy. So now we're gonna reach, not now, but very soon. I predict that in 2 months we will reach that balance of MBT, light tank, and helicopters. Every units will have their role, and now we're gonna see more super heavies because the super heavy is buffed. It got better. So that's my prediction. Will it happen? I think it will. Give it time, it will. So you have a choice. If you have a tank hunter, and if you have a medium tank or a heavy tank, you can either start with the MBT or start with the helicopter. The difference, the helicopter got the upper hand with the landscape. So let's say, right, So let's say your base is there. Okay, you base there, and there's an enemy there, right? If you have an helicopter, you can cross the hill. You can go across the mountain and attack him and retreat. If he's chasing you with a light tank or an MBT, because you don't understand the game, but that's all you have. So if he's chasing you, it's not going to happen because the tank cannot go across the mountain. The helicopter can. So you have the upper end on that matter, landscape-wise. And those kind of attack are really common. You're rolling around and nobody's around. You forgot that somebody is lurking here with the helicopter and he can ambush you just like that. So be mindful of this. That's a plus for the helicopter. It's not affected by the landscape. Like the bridges. Bridges is a nightmare at any given point. Helicopter can go across the river without using the bridge. How about that? Did we answer your question? So there's never a definitive answer.
Like to talk crap.
It will depend of what parts you
Don't
have,
have eyes.
and what is your game style. Like me, I don't play with the helicopter. I don't like it. It doesn't mean it's not a good unit. No, it's a good unit because everybody else is using the helicopter. I'd rather use the light. Plenty of targets. It's like it's almost an opinion at this point. It's personal preference. I believe that every unit have their role. You just need to adapt your style to this role. Does it make sense? Yeah. Oh, probably, Leo. Probably until you bump into a max helicopter, then you have no chance. It's gonna happen. Like by default, pound for pound, the helicopter will always defeat the MBT. But there's no such thing as pound for pound now, because even though you see a troop with the same amount of power, this doesn't take into consideration unit skin, the skin set, the base skins, the VIP buff, the city post buff, and all those buffs they're not taking into consideration in the unit, the power the unit is showing on the battlefield. So you may think it's a 40 million power unit, and you have a 42 million power unit. You may think that you can defeat him easily, but the reality is it's a surprise. Unless you know that player. Oh, that player, he's a whale. He's going to defeat me for sure. Yeah, makes sense. Otherwise, you may have a chance. But that's the good thing about the game, is it's a surprise. You don't know what to expect. Like before, back in the days, the power meant a lot. But now with all those ridiculous buffs, power means nothing. Unless it's a glowing blue unit. If it's a glowing blue unit, then you run away. My 2 MB, 55 million power and 22 million kill, easy 2 LEs 36 million and 2 MB 39 million and on one time. It depends also which is the officer. I mean, like I say, there's no universal combination. Hey Leo, what's good? Server 29. Which alliance? Supreme Alliance? How good is Soviet artillery after the latest update? Is it worth using it, or the American artillery is still much better? Vovsha. Vovsha. What is good, Vovsha? So what I heard is, yes, the Martyr's Watch artillery, it gained for me 2 million power, which is good. However, the Liberty is still better. It's slightly better. You're welcome, Dynamite. It is still better, Vovsha, but if you have absolutely nothing to create a Liberty artillery and you have everything you need to assemble a Martyr's Watch artillery, on top of it you have the right blueprints, the right parts, the right chem buff, I would still go with the Martyr's Watch artillery. Better have an artillery than no artillery. However, if you have equal amount of parts, equal amount of prototype, equal amount of everything on both sides, then yeah, go with the Liberty. I don't think in the end, so listen,
As I said, shells
that
don't
power
have eyes.
difference will not play against you if you know how to play the artillery. If you are an absolute if you are a grandmaster at manning the artillery, you'll be fine. Right? Did I do my daily missions without realizing it? No, I still have some to do. So let's do it. And we're gonna make some parts, hopefully. So hold on. Let me disassemble this. Upgrade that just for my mission. Upgrade. Modify. I will reset. And then supply. Since I have you with me, we're gonna do something. We're gonna try something. So no, this is not what I want to do. I will go in blueprints. We're gonna start with those 4 blueprints. I will unpack them, and nope, I didn't get anything interesting. Then we're gonna open that. Pick a blue. Oh, I did it already. Sorry, forget what I said. Never mind. Never mind. I did it already and I got all bullshit. Can I do something? No, I can't. Oh, maybe I can purchase something. Oh, yes. Tank on howitzer. I can buy 2 of those and I will unpack them. Blueprints. Gold howitzer. There you go. And yep. Oh, this I will build this part just in case I get lucky. It happened to me last week. I opened a gold blueprint. I made the part and I got a perfect gold plus plus out of a gold blueprint. I was so excited. It was almost the best day of my life. Where is that blueprint? Where is this? Every time I look for one, I never find it. And when I don't need it, it's always in plain sight. Where is it? That testing equipment. Ah, there you go. No, not convert. Forge. Woo! Hey, Tony. What is good? What is good? Yep. Nope, nothing. Oh, shit. Okay, my dailies. Oh, dailies are not done. I still have some rush. Alright, we'll do that. Let's rush it. Now my dailies are done. Yeah, Tony, so what do you think about the matchmaking? Are you happy about this? Are you upset? Are you sad? Did you miss mass already? All right. So we're going to give one last look at the battleground right there. So we will be fighting mass. So remember, in Rome, if I understand correctly, you can go side to side, you cannot go across. So we could attack God, but we are playing with them. God will have that would not have a good time. It will be quite boring for them. I guess they will have a friendly battle with FWZ. Otherwise, I don't see how they can entertain themselves. We'll be mainly battling Mass. Mass will probably rush 21. For them, it's easy food. It's finger food. And we will isolate Mass. Or I hope that they will engage with us. Otherwise, it will be boring. That's the bad news. But at least they won't activate with 14. They are at the complete opposite. So this is the relief. Oh yeah, we're gonna make a sandwich. Yep. Hopefully they go easy on you. They go easy on you. At least on the left side, you have some great opposition. So you could as well fight against RZ. So RZ is at 40 billion power. You guys are at 52. So it will be an easy lunch for you. And Mass, it's up to them if they want to engage with us. We'll see. We'll find out. We will find out. Oh, mama. What time is it? Almost 9. Almost 9. We're 1 hour and a half in this stream. Mm-hmm. Oh, and believe it or not, I have to do my jogging tonight. Oh, it's gonna be difficult. God damn. All right, friends. So I'm gonna call it a day on this stream. It's a small episode for the matchmaking. Nothing too exciting. Kind of the same alliance we faced in Moscow, with 2 new alliances in the mix. One of them will be playing against us, RZ. The other one got a new team playing with us. The real fun conquest will be the one after this Rome, where S40 and S37 will join our rotation. As of right now, they are still in Rome, so they will have to switch or skip and then change in our rotation. Now we're gonna talk. Now it will be a real 4 versus 4, 4v4, and we're gonna find out if S40 and S39 are worthy of legendary 1. All right. And Paramount Cup final will happen in April, I believe. Is that correct, Tony? Can you confirm this? Can you confirm this? All right, so friends, I'm gonna pull the cord on this episode. For all of ya that were part of the operation, thanks a lot for your support. Like I said, I'm gonna try to stream as much as I can. So I'll see you, I guess, tomorrow when we will land in Rome. We're gonna play against Mass. Hopefully we can see some fireworks. Until then, friends, I'm gonna wish you a good night for those who are in the same time zone as I am. It's almost 10 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock Eastern time zone. For all of you watching me across around the world, either good morning or good day. I'll catch you on the next episode. See ya.